Okay, this is take two, popping up on a player with Salar and Sade. Salar, I don't know if you've ever seen him before. You said you hadn't.
I haven't, and I don't want to lie yet. I haven't.
Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So what I try to do is just pop up on the players in Detroit, talk to them. It's really impromptu. It's really off the cuff. We have a lot of fun. Yes, you can swear if you want to.
All right.
So I just get your take, your spin on the whole Detroit house music scene or techno scene or whatever, suits your fancy. So why don't you tell the people a little bit about yourself? Who you are, what you come from, where you going, where you been.
Well, she's told you my name, and I come from Tehran. That's the capital of Iran. And I left my hometown when I was 19, and that would be 9 years ago, because I wanted to pursue a career in electronic music, and it was not a thing in my country, and it's still not really a thing, but some friends of mine are trying, and I appreciate that.
Do you think that you can help grow the electronic music scene in Tehran?
I think, and actually I am one of the figures that shows to the kids in Tehran who don't have access to go out that this is what you can do, and that's one of the things that gives me a lot of drive, because I know people look up to what I do with my career and how I can expand my connection with the international scene. And it really doesn't mean anything what kind of limitations you have if you can find a way around it.
Okay. So when in Tehran, is that how I pronounce it?
Yes.
How would I greet you? What is a good greeting?
Salam.
Salam.
Chetori.
Chetori.
Khubam.
Kubam.
Yeah, that means hey, hello. How are you? I'm good.
Can you say what up though?
Chetori mashti.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. So how long have you been in the electronic music scene?
I started making electronic music 2007.
Okay. How did you become acquainted with it, since you said it's not a big thing in your country?
Well, no, having a career is not a big thing. Okay. Underground parties are real.
Okay.
And it's as underground as it gets, because it's literally behind closed doors in someone's house, and the climate of the country is nothing similar to what you end up facing in a party.
Okay.
So it's actually, it's an act of rebellion.
Okay.
People don't care what might happen, because there could be a lot of different coincidences if you're drinking, if you're mingling with.
Are you Muslim?
Yeah, I was raised as a Muslim,
okay.
But I wasn't.
So there are a lot of things that are kind of taboo, like the drinking, the smoking, things like that.
Especially because we have a suppressive Islamic government that uses Islam. Like here, the right wings use Christianity to just come up with weird shit.
Okay. Now, do you work with any notable figures here in Detroit? I mean, who pulled you in? Who?
Well, the first time I came here, it was Derek May who invited me.
Okay.
Because me and my brother, when we lived in Dubai, we started a night with another friend of us, and it was called Analog Room.
You're the Analog Room guy?
Yeah, it's me and my brother.
Shut the front fucking door. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, for real.
Y'all, this is the Analog. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. The look on my face is pretty much how I feel.
Yeah, so
I did not know that. Fuck me. Wow, I did not know you were the Analog Room.
Yeah, I'm one of the co-founders.
Wow, shout out your brother.
Yeah, my man Mehdi, for hard work, for putting his life on the line to just do what he fucking believes in. And all the people that supported what we did, because without them, it doesn't mean anything. And Siamak, the other founder, who was with us from the first day, and what he brought to the table was his awareness of the scene and the DJs that have something as far as pushing the boundaries musically. Because you see, Dubai is not culturally anywhere comparable to Europe or America, because it's only 40 years old and everything is imported. And the people who live there are mostly businessmen. And you
They
know,
rich than a motherfucker too.
yeah, they're rich and they like to go to a club and pop a bottle of champagne to a song they can sing along to and celebrate their money.
Now let me ask you this: do you still have connections where you can actually bring like the Midwest DJs, Detroit in particular, to Dubai? Do you still have those connections?
Oh yeah, I mean the last DJ I personally sent there was Ray Bone.
Okay.
But Delano he's a resident.
Yeah, he is.
He goes there often.
Hey, Delano.
Yeah, you know, we've had Theo play there, we've had Derek play there, Patrice plays there, Rick's played there, Kenny's played there.
Let me learn how to DJ. But I'm telling you, if I go, I ain't leaving. I'm finding me some rich Arab guy. We ain't gonna have no babies, but we gonna have a hell of a lot of fun. That's
Well, you gotta go with Kenny's management team.
Nah, his stuff is already secure. Now, do you work with a particular management team here?
Well, you know, I don't know. I mean, I've been here for about 3 years now.
Okay.
And the first year of my close collaboration and working with someone was Derek.
Okay.
I used to run Transmet, and I also was his studio engineer.
Okay.
But then it came a time where I didn't have time to do that if I wanted to do my own thing.
Right.
So I moved forward, and I continued to collaborate in the studio with another gentleman who is not necessarily a dance, house, and techno figure, but he's been involved with this scene from day one.
Okay.
You know the song "Will Me Out" by Was Not Was?
Yeah, damn was.
Yeah, so I worked with Luis Resto, who was the keyboard player of Was Not Was.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and you know, Luis has been my mentor, my brother. He's me and him has been exchanging musical ideas and our vision for over 2 years now, actually.
Now, because you stated that you have, these mentors, let me ask you this. Who are your top 5 Detroit-only DJs?
All right.
Okay.
So I'll put Derek May on top of the list because he can't be touched. Yeah, he's something else behind the decks. Marcellus Pittman. He don't
Hey,
fuck
baby
about.
boy.
Detroit DJs that are bad as shit.
That's 2. Derek May, Marcellus.
Derek May, Marcellus. I gotta give it up to John Collins because ain't nobody playing Church House like John Collins.
I love him.
Yeah, and you know,
No,
he got a certain
you
energy.
You don't understand. Like I love him. Like, okay, go ahead.
He's a special being.
He is. I love him.
Me too.
I don't even know what to say other than I love John Collins. Like
Who doesn't? If you
who
don't
does
like
not-
John Collins, you
It's
gotta
something
get
wrong
over
with
your
you.
shit.
Yeah, it's something wrong with you. And okay, so that's 3. Marcellus, John Collins, Derek
You know,
May.
Kenny Dixon, he's been a major inspiration for me, even though he is as loose as he is, but the man's got the sauce, and there's no way around it.
Okay, so that's 4. One more.
You know, everybody's great. I mean, Detroit DJs have something that it's the opposite of lackadaisical, if I must say. But I usually like music that's a little out there.
Okay.
So, who else I really, really, really think is up there? You know what? I like a lot of them, but I have to say someone who has I've been through a set and I've been really impressed. I can't believe it's so hard for me to respond to this question.
That's funny because for most people, and I ask everybody that question, they get stumped. Like, wait a minute, who are my top 5?
Because, you know, a lot of them are great, and you can't, like, compare them because they have their own style. But
And it's not a compare thing. It really isn't. It's just, who motivates you. So we just got one more. So
yeah,
that's
if
one
you see,
more.
if I wanted to be able to have energy like someone, that would be Derek.
Okay.
If I wanted to have an eclectic taste with music, that would be Kenny.
Okay.
If I wanted to be just having an arc, it would be Marcellus.
Okay.
And number 5, man, come on, kick it. I would give it to DJ Stingray.
Okay.
Sherrod Ingram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Stingray.
Because even though I've never had the experience of hearing him, but I've listened to his sets, and he doesn't fuck around.
All right. What is
He's played an analog room.
Okay. What's your preferred genre of house or techno?
The good type. You know, I'm not necessarily like a straight up DJ.
You are a DJ though.
Disco DJ.
Okay.
I'm not a straight up disco DJ, so I can't say I like. I can talk about that. I like eclectic DJs. I like DJs that can put whatever in their mix, and you would still feel the connection from that last song to the next.
So, if you, to your brothers and sisters in Tehran, what that are looking to do this whole DJ or promoting or engineering thing, what advice would you give them?
Go with your ears. Go with your ears. Don't believe in what people tell you would work and would not, because you may just be onto some shit ain't nobody aware of. So do your thing. Believe in yourself. Look back in your life and remember all those moments that you felt like you were a step ahead, and use that as a reference that you can do it. You just have to step on it.
All right. And what if you had to pick your own theme song, the theme song that fits Salar? What would that theme song be? What would that track be?
So this might change a lot of times, but my track. You see, you're asking questions that are really hard sometimes because I listen to so much music.
What stays in rotation?
What stays in right now? Heavy rotation for me is Jaguar Wright, Self Love.
Okay.
What else is in heavy rotation for me right now? I've been listening to a lot of Colombian music.
Okay.
Heavy rotation.
That's good enough.
Freak of the Week. I like that one a lot.
That's that P-Funk All-Star. You don't know about P-Funk. You don't know about no P-Funk.
Well, even though everybody goes for Knee Deep, which is great, but I like Freak of the Week.
No, you do. You know what? Music is whatever music is to whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you are. You get what I'm saying?
Totally.
And that's just kind of how it is. Salar also makes these awesome cakes as well. And you mentioned that a lot of people look up to you, but a lot of people look up to you not because you're a DJ, but also because you're tall as hell. How tall are you, Salar?
6'4".
Wow, I did not know they grew them that big in the desert. I just didn't. So, last question. Have you put out any music, and where can we hear you play?
Yeah, so I stopped releasing music in 2012 because there was a moment where I realized, actually I was on the table with Theo. We were having dinner. It was...
Hey, Theo.
It was before his gig at Analog Room, and he told me, listen man, you gotta understand where you put out your music, because if it's SoundCloud or some digital outlet, you're putting your efforts into a place that does not value it, and it's gonna eventually die. And it made a lot of sense to me because he was definitely telling me this at a time where I was quite dissatisfied with what I was receiving back from the music scene, the part of it that I was involved with at that time, which was majorly digital stores and things like that. So there was a time where I pulled back and I realized I gotta work.
Okay.
Because I started releasing music when I was 19, and I wasn't necessarily working on making a statement anywhere other than what was the guidelines of the charts at that time.
Okay.
You see, and I always liked different music, but I was signed to labels that they were telling me what to do.
And you wanted to do your own thing.
Yeah, and I knew that. It's because, I go by my...
John, put on a coat. It's March. It's cold. Go put your... Boy, if you don't get up and go put a coat on. He needs some of a hat on his head or something. Hey, Daryl Dyer, setting the tables on fire. I'm good. See, this is what I mean by impromptu. We just do anything on popping
I'm
up
cool
on the
with
player.
it.
I'm anything. So, in closing, what I would like to do is to leave you with, because you're my first DJ that actually is from another country. So, I would like for you to leave our listeners with how you would leave a person's home in Tehran. What would you say? Educate us.
ما رفت.
The fuck that mean?
I'm leaving.
All right, and this is pronounced what af?
Ma, as in us. But you know, sometimes when you're saying me, you just say us.
Okay.
Rafting. I'm gone.
Rafting.
I'm gone.
And that's what we are. We gone because it's cold as hell out here. And thank you so much for being on Popping Up on the Player. And you can check this out on YouTube. And, of course, I'll upload it to Facebook. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, Salar. You are one in a million. You are one of the nicest people I have ever met. And you are so genuine and so talented. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, babe.
And before we cut this out, let me give a shout out to Mike Banks. He's been opening his heart to me. It's been over a year now, and he's been mentoring me too, because you know I came here to learn the tradition.
I would like to go to Tehran to learn the tradition.
Yeah, you see. So
we need to do some exchanges. You know what I mean?
We're working on it. We actually have you heard of the crew Video 7?
Yeah.
So we had, because my sister does these workshops called Remote.
Okay.
So we had people over the projector here, he over there, Skype, they're making music together. We're working on it, you know, it's not easy.
So you bringing something different to the whole scene.
Oh yeah, considering the political climate, it ain't easy.
I know.
But we're trying. So,
well, you know what? You keep trying and you'll make it, and never let anybody put you in a box. Never let anybody tell you to stay in your lane, because your lane is what you make it.
Yeah, and you know, like they say over here, man, hell no.
Hell no. And what else do we say in Detroit? What is our greeting?
What up, though?
What up, though? That's a Detroit thing.
What up, though? What it do?
What it do, what it did, and what it will do. All right, y'all. We out. Thank you so much, and y'all have a good one. Bye, Salar.
What after?